Hello, right, this is a video on my compressor because Coen has kindly pointed something out which has got me a little bit concerned with it. So I've just set it up so you can see, well, it's my understanding of how it's set up, but I'll explain that as we go, and also once I've done that I'll show you where we're getting at with the Mig, because I've been doing bits to that. So right, here goes the compressor first. Okay, right, now I think Karen, you said about the regulator or water trap being attached here, which makes sense because on the box that is exactly how it is, which makes me wonder about what you're saying, because the little holder and the airbrush holder is not on that picture, and there is no instructions with this box. So I worked it out. I think it was Chris and Alex modelling, because I wasn't sure how to set it up. So you've got this coil lead goes from the compressor, which is tight, to the regulator, and then the reason it's set up that way because this one, if I could pull that out of the way for a minute, this is a much larger, excuse me, attachment than this side. So I've got no idea, but I understand what you're saying, because that's what's worried me a bit, is this is running constant. I know it's got its cooling fins, but after I did my painting last night, after my little mishap and mess, once I'd turned it off, gone, cleaned the gun, cleaned the syringe out and whatnot, this was extremely hot. And I knew it's hot because you can smell it, and when you can smell that it's hot, it's not a good sign, I don't think, apart from the fact it's new. But what I'll do, I'll turn it on now, because I've just tried it, checked for leaks, and I'll show you how I regulate the air. I think it was Russ also pointed out that he can hear a constant flow of air, which is coming from here, because I'll show you. Right, now to me, this is something else I noticed with my video, this seems really quiet, but on the video it's really loud. But so if it gets noisy, I'm sorry if you can't hear me, I'll try and speak up a bit. But this is what we do, because as soon as this switch is on, you'll see the gauge goes right up, and then the air releases out of here, and then the needle will go back down there somewhere. So here it goes, and it's escaping already, the air, because here you've got a constant flow of air, and I can't see a way of stopping that. Now you've got this, you've got your plus minus, so if I go plus, increase the pressure right up, it gets quieter, but as soon as it gets up to pressure like that, it starts coming out, and it's really vibrating. But this, that goes, upsets obviously the pressure on the gauge. So let's hang that down there. If I turn the pressure back down, because I'll spray it at about there somewhere, I think it is, because that's not what the pressure is when you've got the air coming out. So you've got a constant flow of air and water coming out that, because after it's been running a while, although it's cold now, this actually gets really quite warm, but then by the time it gets here it's cold, because obviously you don't want hot air going through the airline, because that's going to be cooking the paint as it goes through. So it's an interesting point you pointed out, but I can't see any other way of that going, because it just does not seem to shut off at all. And there's no other parts, there's nothing on the other side, and like I say, there's nothing I can see to shut this air off, apart from putting your finger over it. But then obviously when you put your finger over it, you're building the pressure up. I don't want it to build up too high, otherwise I'll blow my finger up. But yeah, I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to work or not. But it certainly made me think. And like I say, there's no instructions. All we got with this compressor was these. You've got a O-ring, a bit of foam, which is all stuck up in there. And these different attachments, which I can only see as being for the attachment here. Just whichever, obviously, I think, whichever different guns you have is for that. So all you get is that, and the instructions that come with the compressor, I'll show you, is all for the guns, not the compressor, which is strange. So I don't know. So it's like, I think I like said to Warren, it's the same as what's on the box, but if you like, it's not what's on the box, because I've got this bracket on there as well that come with it. So well, I don't know. So like now I can smell that it's getting warm now. I know it's got the cooling fins on it, but you get a smell coming off it. I don't know if that's just because it's new or not though. But yeah, that is that. There's just, I can't see no other way of doing it other than spin that round the other way, which you can't really, because I think I've shown before, here you've got an arrow which is the flow of air, which is coming out, going, so I don't know, and then it's just nothing else that's in there solid, whatever that is. I've got no idea. It doesn't push, lift, or don't think it does, no. I've got no idea. That's as I feel it goes, so I really don't know. But I think you, Coen, or you other chaps will know more about this than what I do, because obviously this is my first one and it's all new to me. So unless it's mentioned otherwise, as far as I'm, or until Coen mentioned it, I wouldn't know any different. But now you've mentioned it, it does make me wonder. Because you're right, because once the pressure's built up, this just should just shut off. Like I say, until you push the trigger down. So yeah, I do not know. So there's a closer look at it. So that might be able to help you understand it, because I certainly don't. Anyway, that's that. Now what I've been doing to the Mig. Here's the Mig. You can still see it's pre-shading. What I've done yesterday and today is put the rocket pylons on, put the burners on. So when they're dry, because I've had to take them off because they're on the wrong way, and this one isn't quite straight, but it's good enough for me, so I'm going to have to carefully brush paint them tomorrow. And next time I do a fighter plane with these, I'm going to stick them on before I paint the underside, because in a couple of them you've got these horrible little gaps and they're awful. But and on the top side, I don't know if you remember, I had the dark patch of green. You can see it on the light green. I have to put another, touching in the overspray is what I'm doing. So you can see that. I don't know if you remember the dark patch on the corner on this wing, as you're looking at it on the left hand side. I've actually, if I'm getting it in the light, put a coat of only a single quick coat of gloss, enamel gloss, and it's blending that colour in. So hopefully once I've finished touching the lighter green in, remask the canopy. I've got a bit more filler. I've filled that pylon bit in at the front. I've filled that in, but there's still a little gap there, so I've redone that. So once that's rubbed down, I can do the rest of the colours, which is a grey, a darker grey on the front. Got a couple of bits at the tips of the fins, a grey, and there's a couple of bits underside. Once they're done, it'll be ready for gloss coating, but I might fix the undercarriage on. I've painted the rockets, or ordnance, or whatever you like to call them, and that's all I've done. Obviously you've got last night's efforts, did the wheels after me mishap with the paint there, but so far I'm happy with the way that's all turned out. We're running in at 13 minutes at the moment, so yeah, tomorrow I should do a bit more to the Mig. I shall start do another live build tomorrow, because this is looking good. So we've got poor light, and the camera's having trouble picking it up. So yeah, all good stuff, and I'm happy. Let's hope we can work something out of that little baby. So until the next time, I shall say ta-ra, and thank you again, Coen. So I'll see you later, okay?